This is my destiny! Hikaru's sphere began to crack under the force of Goku's temporal power. However, Hikaru raised his ki further, sending a dark pulse that tore at Goku's beam. Both fighters struggled in a precarious balance that threatened to collapse and vaporize one side or the other. During this clash of colossal energies, Goku's consciousness slipped into a trance. He remembered the endless centuries in the chamber, the challenges imposed by the level system, the loneliness that broke him time and again, and the strength that had crystallized within him. He also recalled his promise not to give in to vengeance, to use his newfound power for protection. I'm not a god, but I have a pure heart. I don't want to impose my strength. I want to save everyone. Hikaru, I won't let you win. Without realizing it, his ki ascended another step, like a spark of inner faith. His aura blazed even brighter, shining like a violet sun. Vegeta, Krillin, and the others shielded their eyes from the surge in Goku's aura. A deafening roar erupted from the collision. Kakarot, you've raised your power even more! Impossible. His ki was already absurd. How? Hikaru felt the new pressure and widened his eyes, shocked that Goku had not yet reached his limit. A slight tremor of fear crossed the god's face. I will not yield to you! Lightning crackled, and Goku's temporal Kamehameha shattered Hikaru's sphere into thousands of scorching fragments that rained down on the battlefield. Each spark contained the seed of creation, yet it went inert under the Saiyan's time manipulation. Goku dashed forward in a purple streak and landed a blow to Hikaru's abdomen. The impact rang out like colliding planets. Hikaru coughed blood and tumbled through the air, struggling to regain control, but Goku reappeared behind him and drove an elbow downward. The Creator God tried to counter, but was already showing signs of energy fractures across his being. You... a mortal! Hurting me? Unacceptable! He loosed a breath of Creator Ki, which Goku dodged with ease. Using his time control speed, Goku followed up with a roundhouse kick that tore part of Hikaru's robe, revealing his torso etched with ancient symbols. Furious, Hikaru fired another blast from his palm, which Goku blocked with an invisible shield. Stop this, Hikaru! There's still time to reconsider! Reconsider? My revenge is already complete! I killed Zeno, the gods, the angels, only you and your fool friends remain. I won't stop. The Saiyan realized there was no room for compromise. He felt a whisper inside, a moral instinct urging him to end the threat before the multiverse suffered irreversible damage. Then you leave me no choice but to finish you. From behind the barrier, Vegeta and Krillin heard the resolve in Goku's voice. The Saiyan inhaled deeply, and his ki roared with unprecedented intensity. The violet aura glowed almost white at its core, expanding for meters on end. Hikaru staggered back, sensing the crushing density of Goku's energy. So many quintillions of years of training! Yes, you gave me the ki to push my limits, without realizing I'd use it to stop you. With one final blast, Goku vanished before Hikaru's eyes and reappeared at his flank, unleashing a ki-charged punch that shattered the Creator God's defenses. Hikaru roared in pain, watching his right arm dissolve into energy. No! I am the origin! You can't! Maybe you are the origin, but your grudge is the destruction of everything, and I'm putting a stop to it. The god strained to regenerate, but Goku's time manipulation halted his recovery. Each passing second, more of Hikaru's body dissolved, his ki scattering like ashes in the wind. I won't surrender! With one last surge of power, Hikaru fired a golden beam toward the barrier protecting Vegeta and the others, hoping to drag them into destruction along with him. Goku's fierce glare lit up as he teleported in a flash, intercepting the blast with his shoulder and sustaining a shallow wound, but sparing his friends. The dying god let out an ironic laugh, hovering mid-air as half his body was consumed by temporal distortion. I curse you, Saiyan. You've turned my rescue into my downfall. Goku didn't waste another word. He concentrated a final attack. A punch amplified by his temporal ki that pierced Hikaru's torso, obliterating the remnants of his creator essence. A blinding flash, a final scream, and the god broke apart into luminous particles that dissipated. Silence fell like a curtain in the wake of Hikaru's annihilation. Goku floated there, exhausted. I did it. It's over. His barrier flickered out, and his friends hurried toward him, as fast as one can on a landscape of shifting rubble. Goku, are you okay? You got hurt saving us. I'm a bit banged up, but alive. Kakarot, you've pulled it off again. Damn it, where's my pride in all this? Goku gave a faint laugh despite his fatigue. The shock of seeing Beerus, Whis, Zeno, and all the gods massacred still hung in the air. But a glimmer of hope remained. The Super Dragon Balls still hovered nearby. We need to make a wish. I can try to restore everything. Piccolo nodded, trusting Goku's good heart. Frieza looked contemplative, aware that with those Dragon Balls, Goku could also undo his own resurrection, but seemingly lacked the nerve to intervene. Don't hesitate, Kakarot. Undo all this. Bring back the gods, the angels, Zeno, even Beerus. We need them to keep the multiverse in order. Goku chanted the invocation words he had heard Whis use before his death, voicing his wish in a trembling tone. Super Shenron, hear my plea! Restore all those destroyed by Hikaru in this tournament. Bring back the gods, angels, and any universes erased or slaughtered, without bitterness or vengeance. Vegeta, Piccolo, and the others breathed a huge sigh of relief, realizing everything would return to its original state without Hikaru's terror. Goku drifted down, overwhelmed by fatigue. A few flickers in the air signaled the reappearance of gods and angels, including the Grand Priest and Zeno himself, brought back to life in the state they had been before the massacre. Beerus and Whis both dropped to their knees, regaining consciousness. Zeno 1 and Zeno 2 stood once more on their thrones, vaguely confused about what had transpired. Huh? Why do I feel like I just took a nap? Did Goku keep fighting? I didn't see it! Looking unsettled, the Grand Priest quickly sensed something monumental had occurred. His gaze fell on Goku and the others, almost guessing that a catastrophe had been undone by the power of the Super Dragon Balls. Why am I still alive? I remember Hikaru striking me, and then nothing. We smiled slightly upon seeing Goku seated, exhausted, legs crossed. It seems Goku brought us back with a wish, Lord Beerus. The God of Destruction remained silent for a moment. He looked at Goku, unsure what to say. He'd imprisoned Saiyan, inflicting an endless torment on him, and yet Goku had revived him after Hikaru killed him. Know how to thank you. I still believe your impulsiveness was dangerous, but I was wrong to lock you away, Goku. I guess we all make mistakes. The important thing is to learn from them, Beerus. Vegeta gave a slight nod of approval. The Grand Priest surveyed the scene. Zeno either didn't remember the massacre, or wasn't bothered by it. The gods and angels, feeling some gap in their memories, glanced at one another in confusion, while Universe 7 remained in the spotlight, Goku the undisputed hero who had saved everything. The Tournament of Power, in theory, should have continued, but most universes were far too shaken to go on as normal. Goku, what do we do about the tournament? We still want to see fun fights. Yes. Should we carry on? Sensing Zeno's fickle nature, the Grand Priest understood that the majority of participants were worn out, and that such a monumentous event had completely disrupted any normal proceedings. Still, Zeno was Zeno. But Goku stood and raised his voice toward them. My friend Zeno, I think we've all been through something overwhelming. Many fighters are drained and the stage is in ruins. I suggest we cancel the tournament, spare everyone from erasure, and if you like, we can hold it again later with revised rules. Zeno 1 and Zeno 2 exchanged a look. Grand Priest, do you agree? Yes, Great Zeno, that would be best. After everything that's happened, the contest no longer makes sense. Then we'll do as Goku says. We want a tournament in the future, but not now. The Grand Priest officially announced the tournament's suspension, meaning no universe would be erased. Everyone breathed easier. Although they didn't recall Hikaru's slaughter, most had been killed and then revived. An air of respect and fear lingered around Goku's strength. The multiverse was safe and life would go on, at least for a while. Kakarot, you did it again. You saved us all. It was a team effort. If not for your faith, and for what I went through. Although, honestly, I wonder if there was any way to avoid so much suffering. You've surprised us all, Goku. But don't think I'll let it rest. I'll keep training and we'll see. Gradually, the universes returned to their respective realms. The Supreme Kais and Gods of Destruction, still confused and with only faint memories of the slaughter, except Beerus and Whis, who remembered bits and pieces, left without complaining. Belmont and Jiren withdrew without the humiliation of being erased, each privately reflecting on Goku. Zeno bid them farewell. Bye-bye, Goku, see you next time, and vanished back to his palace, already thinking of future tournaments. Universe 7 remained in the least damaged section of the stage, waiting for Whis to return them to Earth. Friends, we did it! Somehow. I never imagined the tournament would end like this. Anytime you're involved, Kakarot, nothing's normal. But I guess that's your style. Thanks to you, we're still alive. And you even saved Beerus and Zeno. Yes, your wish brought many back without them even knowing what happened. Goku, I'm glad I met you. Staying calm by your side. Your strength inspires me. Goku, I don't like any of this, but thanks for bringing me back. I know I locked you up, and I wouldn't blame you if you still resent me. It was really hard, Beerus, but I'd rather look ahead and protect the peace. If you truly care about Universe 7, don't ever pull something like that again. With a final gleam of light, everyone arrived on Earth, where Bulma, Chi-Chi, and the others waited anxiously for news of the tournament. Though most Earthlings didn't know about Hikaru's intrusion or the god's slaughter, the Z-Fighters knew how close the universe had come to the brink. Krillin, Android 18, Android 17, Piccolo, Tien Shinhan, and Master Roshi stuck around to celebrate their victory in the Tournament of Power. Frieza vanished without a trace, likely hatching some new scheme, albeit one less ambitious than challenging the Saiyan. Broly, lacking a real home, lingered near Goku with his father, unsure of his future. Meanwhile, Beerus and Whis on Earth indulged in a banquet Bulma hosted, somewhat reluctant for Beerus' sake after everything that had happened. She was surprised to see Goku back with everyone, but he explained that all was forgiven and that she shouldn't hold a grudge against the God of Destruction. He had already forgiven him. Though Bulma had no idea Goku had become the strongest being in all universes, she still gave Beerus a whack on the head, furious over the whole ordeal. She eventually forgave him thanks to Goku's words. I hope there aren't more hidden gods out for revenge. But if there are, I'll be ready. I'll keep training without forgetting my friends or my family. Goku smiled, trusting that despite everything, life would carry on, and that his Super Saiyan God of Time powers would remain a safeguard, not an agent of chaos, should a new shadow emerge to threaten the cosmos.